I got a head start on this answer, so Greg, I will let you tackle this one, and then I'll fill in. I don't want to take any names from you here, but I was able to put together my list on this one. MSU #1 fan wants us to name the top 5 quarterbacks in the history of Nebraska football.
There's some good ones.
Yep.
I don't know which direction I want to take this. I'll start easily. I'll go with my #1, and it's Tommy Frazier.
Okay.
One of the most incredible guys I've seen play quarterback in college, running an option system. And then I got to go same a teammate, Brooke Behringer. He was another pretty good one, but his life ended way too short. Just about a month before the NFL draft, and he was expected to be a first-round pick in the NFL draft. But yeah, he was the guy who spelled Tommy Frazier when Frazier had his blood clot issues, and never missed a beat. Kept the Huskers rolling to national titles. I probably got to go Turner Gill, probably #3. One thing we have in common here right now is these are all guys that ran an option scheme. Turner Gill with that scoring explosion offense there in the 80s with Irving Fryer and Mike Rozier. Another guy that won a lot of games here at Nebraska and was very successful. Boy, you got Dave Humm. He'd be a guy that you might want to throw in there. We're going back to the 70s now. Who else would I throw in there? Well, Jerry Tagge. A lot of Husker fans would have him on the list too. Played for Coach Devaney. So right there might be about your top 5 guys right there as far as historic stuff. Now I'm going back a little bit. Recently, I couldn't put any of the recent guys really on there because they just haven't won enough games. Taylor Martinez was an exciting guy to watch. Tommy Armstrong was an exciting guy to watch. Adrian Martinez is an exciting guy to watch. So yeah, there's a lot of names that are out there, but I think that'd be my top 5. Just since I'm an old man and I kind of go back that far. So.
All right.
This
is what I came up with before I cheated and went online. So I was pretty much very close to you. I went Tommy Frazier #1. I went Turner Gill 2, Scott Frost 3, Jarvis Redwine 4, and Scott Crouch 5. Eric Crouch 5.
I forgot about Crouch and Frost, didn't I?
You went right by the head coach.
I forgot all about them. And Jarvis Redwine was a running back, by the way.
Was Jarvis?
Yeah.
Like in the late 70s.
Yeah.
Why did I think he was a quarterback? I don't know. Anyway, okay, so I messed that up.
I forgot about a Heisman Trophy winner and the head coach. So yeah, all right, take Dave Humm off of there and take Brooke Behringer off of there. Now I am cheating.
Well, you're not cheating. I was the one that cheated. But, man, for some reason, that's right when I started watching football. Jarvis Redwine was at Nebraska. But for whatever reason, one of the reasons why I had it stuck in my head that he was a quarterback, there was a cover on Sports Illustrated right when I became a college football fan. And there were a bunch of teams that were undefeated. And it had every quarterback from an undefeated team on the cover of Sports Illustrated. And they were all going like this. And it said, who's #1? It had Art Schlechter, Ohio State. And, oh, my goodness, who else was on the cover of that magazine? But anyway, it had Jarvis Redwine on the front holding out his finger to say #1. So I just had it always stuck in my mind for a long time that he was a quarterback and had forgotten about that.
Yeah, he's I-back. One of those famous Nebraska I-back names goes along with I am hip. And
yeah.
So
I remember that name.
Yeah,
I think it was a little early for him, though. I think if you go statistically, I'm guessing Tommy Armstrong because he pretty much played his entire career, and obviously the forward pass being thrown more under Mike Riley. Well, he kind of played under two coaches, but I'm guessing Tommy Armstrong has most of the passing records. If you're just talking about throwing for yardage and touchdowns, would be my guess.
Yeah, it started changing there when Bill Callahan became the head coach.
Yeah.
They moved to that West Coast offense, and you've had a lot of guys. Yeah, you're right though. There's a lot of guys that have just come in and for a couple of years and just didn't have the number of games under their belt to get those passing records. So
now, I missed David Humm in college, but I remember he was on the Oakland Raiders Super Bowl roster. He is a backup quarterback with the Raiders.
Yeah, and I think he played for the Rams too.
Did he?
Yeah.
Now you speak of the Rams.
Oh, that's Vince Ferragamo.
Vince Ferragamo. Yes, I was going to bring up Vince Ferragamo, who for a couple of years there was really good in the NFL, and he took a team to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
With the Rams against the Steelers, almost pulled off an upset of the steel curtain.
It's funny that I leave the two quarterbacks off of the list that the NFL made defensive backs that made safeties out of them. That's probably one off on my list.
Now, Scott Frost, he was with the Jets, right?
Yeah, and the Packers. Yeah, he actually was. He was decent. I don't know. He played. What did he play? 6 or 7 years or so. And Crouch just didn't want to play DB, so he decided to move on. He tried out Canada for a little bit, but yeah, he's back in Omaha these days. Does a lot of charity work and stuff. So.